Alright, so I'm back with another WNBA video. We're going to go over a few things really quick, so let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the Commissioner's Cup. As you know, or if you didn't know, the Commissioner's Cup is a WNBA in-season tournament where teams compete for a monetary prize. This year, it is about $500K for the winnings, as well as $120,000 in cryptocurrency, presented by Coinbase. So I'm not sure if you noticed, but we've actually come to a halt in the Commissioner's Cup games as the Minnesota Lynx and the Indiana Fever have clinched their appearances in this year's championship game. Now, although we've had the Commissioner Cup games on for about 2 weeks, we will not have the championship game until July 1st. A little weird, right? Personally, I would like to have the championship game closer or sooner rather than later, but hey, my name's Kira, not Kathy. In the meantime, we're back to regular season games. Game 1 tonight is between the New York Liberty and the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury's Kalia Copper is listed as out tonight. Although she did make an appearance in the game against Connecticut last week, there is still nothing to worry if you're a Mercury's fan because you still have Satu Sabali, who is averaging about 19.9 points a game, and she's also grabbing about 8.5 rebounds. You also have Alyssa Thomas, who is averaging about 14.4 points a game, as well as 9.3 assists. On the other side of the court, New York is sitting at 10-1. They're being led by Sabrina Ionescu, who is averaging about 20.8 points per game, and Brianna Stewart, who is averaging about 19.8 points per game. The emotional side of me and the dream fan inside of me has the Mercury upsetting New York tonight. However, the realistic side of me understands that Sandy Brondello is doing a masterful job of coaching this season, and I really honestly don't expect her to stop. The last game of the night is between the Indiana Fever and the Golden State Valkyries. The Valkyries are sitting at 5-6 on the season, while Indiana is sitting at 6-5. Indiana is favored 62% to the Golden State Valkyries, 38% to win tonight's matchup. Golden State is led by Kayla Thornton, who's averaging 14.6 points per game and grabbing 7 boards per game. Caitlin Clark is back for the Fever and flowing, averaging of 21.3 points per game, as well as 8.7 assists per game. Indiana also has Kelsey Mitchell, who is leading with 17.2 points per game. My pick for this game may be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going Golden State as I feel Natalie Nakate really wants to get back on the winning side of things, especially after losing to the Storm last week in a tough loss by 6 points. I feel a little tingle as I say that because I understand Caitlin Clark is showing, but I don't know. I feel like the Valkyries can pull out a win tonight. Last WNBA update is about all things 2025 All-Star. I personally wish that All-Star took place in August, which is a little bit closer to the actual start of playoffs, but hey, that's just my personal opinion. Like I told you earlier, my name is Kira and not Kathy. So yeah, that's my 2 little cents. So All-Star break begins July 17th and it runs all the way to July 21st, with the All-Star game being on July 19th is taking place at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. And if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you're getting your All-Star votes in. It did open up and it will be ending June 28th at 11:59 p.m. You can vote on the app or you can vote at WNBA.com. But don't wait, go ahead, get to clicking because we need those votes. We got to get the best 10 there because they deserve it. I'll be posting more specifics as we get closer to the All-Star date. However, I cannot say that I'm not excited for the individual events, specifically the 3-point contest, because it's going to be tea. All right, so talk to me. How do you feel about tonight's game? Do you have Indiana or do you have the Valkyries? Do you have New York or do you have the Mercury? How do you feel about the 1 week in between the last Commissioner's Cup game and the actual championship? Drop your thoughts, comments, likes, whatever you want to say, drop it in the